Today in this video, we are going to talk about inversion. Inversion is a mental model. Have you ever felt paralyzed by the decisions you have to make?
22 hours a day, or like what? How many
I
hours?
was working, so 7 days a week.
I get up in the morning and I putter. I have a coffee.
Can you define putter?
Just like I slowly move around. I'm not as productive as you might think.
One successful entrepreneur is saying do X, and another successful entrepreneur is offering completely different strategy and suggesting you to do Y. And you're feeling like there is a better approach and you believe in Z. Now, what is the best decision for you? What is the right choice? How do you make the right decision for yourself? The best decision for your future, for the long-term success of yourself. And when you're faced with two that seems to be right choices, that's where mental models come in.
Are there any tools or behaviors you embrace to facilitate your rational thinking?
The answer is of course. One of my favorite tricks is the inversion process.
You have to leverage different types of mental models to make the right decisions that optimizes your success for the long term. And it also helps you to escape the groupthink that everybody kind of sucks into following the herd. And mental model helps you escape that, think critically about the decisions you gotta make, and helps you make the best decision. Hey, this is Van, and in this video I'll be introducing you a mental model that has totally transformed my life, and it helped me make some of the best decisions in my life in the past. The concept that helped me drop out of university with ease, with peace of mind in the third year, and helped me navigate through tough decisions. And the mental model we are talking about today is called inversion. So let me share my story with you. In 2017, I wanted to be a successful entrepreneur like Steve Jobs. Instead of seeking the ways to achieve this, I inverted the question and asked myself, what are the things that I could do that will absolutely undermine my ability to achieve success, to become a successful entrepreneur like Steve Jobs? And that question was relatively quite easy for me to answer. Instead of asking how do I become a successful entrepreneur like Steve Jobs, answering the question how not to become a successful entrepreneur like Steve Jobs is quite easy to answer if you look at it. So identify the following obstacles. One is having a comfortable backup job is not going to help me. Second thing, spending time cramming information which I'm not going to use and partying is also not going to help me. Not starting my first business, not finding the product market fit as fast as possible, and not getting my initial failures under belt is also not going to help me. Spending my evenings discussing national politics and complaining about things that I have no control over is also not going to help me. Not reading books about entrepreneurship, business, accounting, legal, contracts, autobiographies, biographies, physics is also not going to help me. To eliminate all those roadblocks, I decided to quit university. And immediately after that, I deleted my Facebook account, my Instagram account, and I also changed my phone number just to kind of get a fresh start, totally redesign my habits and the way I work, and not to indulge in all the things that I know is not going to help me become a successful entrepreneur like Steve Jobs. Many friends and many relatives thought I had gone crazy or I have gone mad, and I knew from the get-go that I had to put up with these things for some time until I start to get some success. I think 6 months I had to endure the worst of the parents that could offer me, which was not very difficult. Within just 2 years, with the help of my business partners, we scaled the business to $100,000 per month.
He spent, I'd say, close to $600,000, maybe $750,000 in ads profitably for about 2.5 years.
Before that, I had a couple of failures too. But within 2 years, with relative ease, With me just focusing on not doing the things to obviously going to undermine my success, I was able to achieve some level of success quite quickly in just 2 years. So inverse is a mental model that involves reversing the problem completely and looking at it from a totally different angle. And instead of looking for ways to achieve your goal, you look for ways to how not to achieve your goals. And you try not to do those. This approach involves you gotta think deeply about the problem you're faced with. You gotta use your critical thinking skills and imagine the future and think about all the mistakes you could make in the future. And those mistakes are like relatively obvious to you. Like look at your childhood since the point right now. You can easily tell yourself what were the obvious mistakes you made and how you could have accomplished what you have already accomplished much sooner. And the same model can be applied using the inverse principle to the future too. You can just look at yourself 10 years down the line, a successful entrepreneur, millionaire, trillionaire, whatever you want to be, and just look at yourself what mistakes you didn't made on that path. And it is not very hard to list those things down. And the great thing is that not doing those, you can always list down more, and which increases your chances of reaching that goal. The origin of this principle is, I think, is done by Stoic, found something called negative visualization. They would visualize how they are going to die so they could avoid those mistakes. How they are going to lose respect and love of their peers. So they conducted themselves with morality and ethics. And all the prominent Stoics indulged in something called negative visualization. One of the best examples to look at in our century is of Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. I think one of the biggest reasons the Berkshire Hathaway is such a successful company is because they don't do stupid things. People think that to become a best investment company, you gotta become really, really intelligent. And there's a quote by Charlie Munger, and if I quote, it is something that people really underestimate how much successful you can be by not doing stupid things. Just that. Buffett and Munger completely avoided the 1990s internet bubble. When all the people were going crazy, alright, this internet stock is going to go up forever. They just looked at the market, that market is acting extremely greedy. So this is a time to be fearful. When the market is fearful, they become greedy. And this principle of become greedy when market is fearful and become fearful when market is greedy is rooted deep into the inverse mental model. While investors lost significant amount of money in the 1990s tech bubble, Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger were able to completely save Berkshire Hathaway from making any loss at all. So you might be asking yourself, alright Van, this is all good and cool, but how can I benefit from inverse principle? How it could help me make better decisions for myself? And that's a pretty good question. And I would say you can immediately benefit from and immediately apply this inverse model right now. You can totally find out decisions, and you can quite easily increase your probability of achieving your goals quite quickly. And all you gotta do is, after watching this video, head to the comment section and answer the 3 questions that I'm about to tell you. And those 3 questions are quite simple, and write down the answer to those. It will help you gain clarity about your goals as well as the person you gotta become to easily achieve those goals. Not only you're going to get clarity about your goals, but you're also going to get clarity about the person you gotta become to achieve those goals, and you're going to get clarity about how to maximize your chances of becoming that person. And some of the roadblocks that you're going to find out, they are absolutely hidden in plain sight and are not visible to the naked eye. So the first question is, what are your goals? Clearly write down what are your goals. Clearly defining your goals is absolutely essential to know where are you moving. Because if you do not know where you're going, you don't know where you're going to land. You'll just drop down into a random location. So intentionally write down what are your exact goals. Second question I need you to answer is, what kind of person you need to become to easily accomplish those goals? So this question is a little bit tricky one. So in this question, you gotta answer, what are the character traits of that person? What skills does the person has? What are his or her habits? How he manages the time? What are the beliefs? How he deals with failure? How he deals with the success? So whatever things that you could come up in a couple of seconds right now, just write those things down. And once you have written those things, let's go to the third question, which is how you are absolutely destroying your chances of becoming that person. So invert your thinking a little bit. Confront the shortcomings that you're currently facing, obstacles that are stopping you from becoming the person you want to become. Then once you're clearly identified, like what are your goals, what kind of person you gotta become to accomplish those goals with quite ease, and you identified what the things you're doing to absolutely destroy your ability to become that person, then just stop doing those things. And once you stop doing those things, you'll discover that how easy it is to become that person and how easy it is to accomplish those goals. Everything starts to happen like it's like a domino effect that takes place. And the first thing is identify the goal. By engaging in this exercise, you'll gain a valuable insight into the success you want to achieve and better understand how to achieve it. Remember, sometimes the key to success is learning what not to do. Leave your comments in the comment section and let's start the conversation that will help you reflect on your growth and success. Hope you found this valuable and I'll see you in the next one.